Alright, so on this map of Cloud Kingdom with the amazing double Xel'Naga towers in the bottom, in the middle, spawning in the top right hand corner as the Teal Zerg, it is Hendralisk.
Hendralisk, we just saw him beat Root Massa, and a fierce competitor playing against his opponent, the fuchsia, pinkish color, is it pink? The pink Protoss, Jaycee.
Or Jace.
I would say Jaycee.
I think Jaycee as well, but it could be Jace.
It could be Jace.
Could be Frank.
Nope, it couldn't be. The J doesn't make an F sound. Nice try, though. So we do see the pylon going inside of the base. So this is the new metagame. This is where Protoss are trying to break things up because the Forge Fast Expand, although tried, trusted, and true, is not really... it's not that it's falling out of favor, but it's something new is coming up, and this is what this new wave is. The pylon in the base, probably into a gate. I have seen Forge out of this, but a gate a little more common. What this allows you to do is you get out an army a little bit faster, a zealot, a stalker maybe, if you feel so bold, but it allows you to put a little bit of pressure on the map and prevents the Zerg from just getting easy thirds, even easy naturals for that matter.
Exactly, you know, the Zealot is such a strong early unit against the Lynx, so they have to make something to defend against, or else
and
that's
the
going to
Queen
get...
is their only thing at this stage of the game.
Exactly, and the Zealot versus the Queen
Definitely can kite.
The Queen can kite. In a straight-up fight, though, the Zealot wins.
Yeah, but who straight up fights with queens, right? What, do you straight up fight with queens? You're bad, bro.
You're bad.
Chrono boosting out those probes, making sure he's got the economy to back up anything he wants to do. Going Nexus, so pylon in the base... Nexus outside of the base. He'll probably go for a wall now, but putting the pylon in the base just allowed his one probe to build closer to his mineral line and get back to work much quicker.
Exactly. I mean, the Forge is just going up right now. There isn't a pylon in the front of the base just yet. So this is he's being a little risky here. If Zerg was able to spot this and just make a couple of links to rush in here straight away, if that was his whole game plan, this base would have been taken out. However, with the scouts and whatnot, he was able to see that Zerg wasn't going to go for this super early aggressive attack.
We do see 4 Zerglings in production for Hendralisk. They will pop right now, and they will be pushing pretty heavy across the map. This cannon play in the back is going to go unnoticed, and the Zerglings, because of their lust for blood and knowing that the Protoss has nothing in their main base, did not bother to scout around their natural. So this cannon rush might actually do very effectively against the natural. At the same time, he spent so many minerals here, he's going to need to save something for his front base as well.
Oh my goodness. This is like, and Hendra's getting a quick third. This is kind of like a little bit of a mind game. He's got these cannons going up here in his front now, looking undefended, so the Lynx go over, and with this first cannon up, Hendra is going to know that something is up.
Oh, and cleverly decides to attack his own pylon to not tip it off so that Hendralisk does not cancel his hatch. He wanted it up, he wanted to destroy it. Mind games. Unfortunately, the front of his base is being assaulted by a bunch of Lings. Cannon attacking the Zerg. Lings attaching the pylon. This pylon is going to go down and unpower this cannon. And all of the probes are being pulled to defend. These 4 Lings are causing havoc in the base. There's absolutely nothing he can do with just those few probes in the base.
Nice cannon over there. Now this cannon's trying to get up. These Lings are going to be really annoying and really hard for Jace to stop right now. There's no gateway up. There's no zealot. But these 3 cannons, maybe a little bit of an overcommitment over there.
That's a lot of money to take out a 300 hatch.
Exactly. But now these Lings free reign over the base with some nice micro though. One probe goes down. Nope. Oh, another probe goes down. And 1 Link survives. So some great attack there going on for Hendralisk, being able to keep the number of probes low and keeping them from mining. And now Hendralisk is just going to drone up with that 3rd base.
Indeed.
But
so
now being his 2nd. But
all that hatch belong to Jaycee, and he does have his 3rd base, which now becomes his natural, a little farther away than he would like. And this Protoss cannon, we do see the Lings coming in through the mineral line. They're trying to skirt around and trying to prevent these Lings from getting any sort of surround. Jaycee really needs to block off that front. He can't afford to leak this many Lings into his base constantly.
I don't think any sort of micro is going to be able to kill all these Lynx without taking any damage, but he's trying his hardest, making all of the probes go into one middle line so they attack all at once, but decides that it's not possible to take it out, and he's going to transfer those probes straight to his natural and try to rebuild there.
This Zealot does not come out fast enough. It does now run to the aid of his nexus, of his home, of all that the Protoss have left on this high ground, and the Zerglings are being very clever, running around using their speed advantage, knowing that they can't fight straight up against that Zealot, and these probes even acting as a little buffer for the Zealot. He knows that he can't just send one Link to its death against that many Lings. These Lings are basically committed though.
Oh my gosh, so many Lings are streaming into the base right now, and it looks like Hendralisk saying, I'm not going to even try to go for a long game. He's getting a Roach Warren.
He is going for that Roach Warren. Another cannon going up in the mineral line of his main. Jaycee has started this a little unorthodox, but he has pulled Hendralisk into a 2-base play. 2-base versus 2-base isn't bad for any Protoss.
So yeah, the Zerg, usually you want the Zerg to be up 1 base if you're playing against a Protoss or even a Terran. This gives you that much more production to match what the Protoss and Terran can do. Now with this cannon up in the middle line in the main base, it's going to be safe from any sort of Zergling harass. So we're seeing some stabilization coming out for Jaycee here. However, Hendralisk isn't going to go for something late game. He's going to be pushing out now with a bunch of Lynx, 20 Lynx in production, and a couple of Roaches as well.
He's going to try to bust that front gate with this army, or possibly use it to destroy the cannon line at his natural, which has been a thorn in his side for well too long. This one Zealot may have overstepped his bounds, does decide to run against these Lynx, now has to make a hasty retreat, runs to the safety of the cannon. The Stalker now almost gets surrounded. Hendralisk a little miss on his micro, and he loses the opportunity.
Hendra's making a good decision here, not really going for those cannons, because really when you look at the front of Jaycee's base, all he has is that one cannon. Here comes the army rushing into the front, and they just went straight in. One cannon to defend, that's not enough.
Oh, these probes are pulled off the line to try to attack these Roaches, which is the worst sight you've ever had if you're a Protoss player. These Roaches easily tank down the DPS and then take down all those probes. The cannons are in production 2 at a time. A bunch more gates are going up. He knows he needs production, but he needed it before, not now. He can't rely on buildings being built. He needs them now.
It looks like with that Twilight Council that went up a while ago, that our Protoss player here was trying to do some sort of Dark Shrine, as you know the saying goes, when behind Dark Shrine, but he wasn't even given the opportunity to make that Dark Shrine. Now with the Zerg taking full control of his natural, Protoss is in a terrible, terrible position.
Tried to take up too much too fast, didn't let his seed germinate. He just tried to pull the fruits well too early, and now all of his production is going down. Jayce is watching his base, his poor buildings being destroyed, being ripped apart, torn apart by these Lings and by the acid of these Roaches. The entire natural has been absolutely removed and is a non-factor at this point, and Jayce sitting in one base with nothing but a forge and maybe a couple gates that he produced earlier, and one cannon and 3 Stalkers.
The 3 Stalkers tried to fight valiantly. The Zerglings going into the base.
Are you doing your...
I'm doing my narrative now.
Don't do any of your narrative!
Cannons going in. Oh my goodness, the Zerg's acid was melting through the Stalker's armor. Pieces of Zealots falling everywhere, getting teleported back to Ire, but for no avail. The cannons could not stand against the acid the Roaches burning through.
Oh,
and Jayce,
the 2 cannons and 3 Stalkers valiantly fighting as hard as they possibly can, but ultimately fall. They could have told tales to their children, but they never